Hello, Dion.
Hello.
How did you use media technologies in your construction and research, planning and evaluation stages?
I used all different types of media technologies throughout my construction, research, planning and evaluation stages. The internet was a huge technology that I used through all of those stages. For my construction stage, I think the internet came in handy, especially when I was doing my research into short films, as that was our brief to follow a short film. So we had to do research into different types of short films, and I think that's how I gathered all my information, and I published it on WordPress, which is another website that we used on the internet. As you can see, I spoke about the genre, the narrative, the audience theories, representation and media language, and I collected all that information from just the internet and searched it into Google as my search engine. I also looked into short films such as No Man's Land and Handy Crime on filmminute.com, which is a very huge, successful short film website that you can see all different films, short films from recent years, since 2010 till now. So it's very good, as you can see the different types of genres within short films, and you can compare them, and that enabled me to carry out textual analysis. So I done that, and also these short films can be found on YouTube, which is another technology that I used, which was YouTube to use as the internet. And I also furthered my short film I did whilst watching a film on the internet as well, so that was another media technology that I used. And then it came to the stage of doing a group proposal and getting everything together as our final idea, and for that we needed various different media technologies for our short film, such as the camera we also used, what else did we use? We used our iPhones as well, and I really liked how we could use our camera to film, and we can also use our iPhones to do like voice recordings as well, so it shows the overlaps of different technologies into one. So we also used our iPhones to take pictures of the scene when we was filming, which I thought was very practical because it shows evidence for our blogs, what we was doing at the time, so that was really good. And we also could explain what was happening in the scene, just to get some still photos. We also used the storyboards, and another technology that we used to put onto our WordPress was a scanner. So we used the scanner to upload our storyboards, otherwise, or we could use an alternative, which would be our iPhones and take a picture to upload. So the camera was the main media technology in the construction of our work. In the planning stages, it was more about just gathering your research on the internet. So once we had all our footage, we'll upload it to Final Cut Pro, which was an excellent software on the Apple Macs in the editing suite that we used to put together all our footage to make it into an excellent piece for our short film. So we would do stuff as adjusting the sounds, and we would put some effects on there, some transitions, and we would put a title sequence on there, do our credit blocks and stuff. And so I thought Final Cut Pro enhanced our creativity in a way, because all ideas that we put onto paper we've been able to be enhanced, and we've been able to be more, what's the word I'm looking for? Being able to be more visualised for the audience to see where we're coming from. So we used that to adjust the sound and to put everything together. So that was the media technology we used for the planning stages. As you can see here, we had a YouTube video of the audience institution of our short film. So that was uploaded to YouTube, which yet again, the internet's a huge way of using technology today. We also had to think about where our short film could be distributed, and I said it could be advertised on social networking sites, which is a huge success, especially Facebook and Twitter, Instagram and YouTube and Blogger and stuff like that. Those are huge media what could you say, technologies that we could use to advertise our short film. Then the next stage of our advanced portfolio was doing the film poster, and the film poster consisted of us taking images of the main characters in the short film, which we using our iPhones, as it's very practical and it was just easy to do. We didn't need a camera, we could just do it there and then, and we could do it in the own comfort of wherever we was really. So we didn't have to rely on our camera, and nowadays everyone has iPhones and you're able to do everything on an iPhone or any mobile phone today, any smartphones. So to make our film posters, we took still images that my group and I would use, and we would think about how we can convey our typical conventions of social realism, as that's the theme we're going for. So we would take the pictures and we thought very carefully of our surroundings and made sure it was all fitted in within the image. So once we had our idea, we used a software called Photoshop, and Photoshop allowed us to edit, allowed us to cut a person out of the image if we just wanted. If a person was against a white background, we just wanted the person and not the white background, we would be able to do that using a magic wand tool. We also were able to make it have an effect like black and white, and on my film poster I used a black and white effect for my background, which you can see here. As you can see here, I used a black and white effect on my poster, and then I had a contrast of me and Jodie, who plays Jennifer in the short film, hugging whilst I'm looking at my phone. And I was able to do this just using Photoshop, and it shows how advanced and how clever Photoshop and media technologies have become, because we wouldn't be able to do this before. It would have to be the colour that it was taken at. We wouldn't be able to add this effect. I was able to do loads of different things, such as cut me and Jodie out using Photoshop as well. I was able to smooth around any rough edges. I was able to make my font a certain size and stuff like that. I was able to make my film poster a certain size as well. And then we had to design a film review, and that was done using InDesign, which I thought it was new to me. It was very difficult to use at first, but once you get in the hang of it, it's easier to become. It was more focused on your text, and you had to use your structure, and our structure was to follow the little White Lies Review magazine. So it has those curved edges and 3 columns, and it has to have the rating system there and the production company information. So that was another media technology I used in my planning and construction of my advanced portfolio, one section of it. And that's basically it really. So I think how I use media technology throughout my construction, planning, research and evaluation vary from just simple internet to advanced InDesign and Photoshop, and it shows how they all link and overlap, and it shows how they all have different similarities, because InDesign and Photoshop are created by the same people, which shows the level of stages that they can do to improve. And I think that media technology has been put into one and has emerged into one, and it's made it easier for people to grab hold of and to do anything on their phones. So I think I used my different tools for media technology very well throughout all my stages. Thank you.